everyone, thank you for joining me here at Shanna's Sweets. Thank you for joining me for the Happier Than Happy online card class. In this class, you would have received your packet, hopefully by now, and you would have gotten this supply list in which has pictures of all the projects and the supplies used to go along with this video tutorial. And in here you will notice in the red, well, it's actually Cajun Craze, for under your DSP it says how much to cut for the use in that project. Everything else is provided for your projects in the cardstock wise, so you don't have to worry about that. But sorry, I just realized I don't know why it put Stampin' Dimensionals underneath my picture, but oh well, too late now. So those will be there in this. So you have that. You will have also have included in your package. You would have gotten the DSP, a half a pack, some ribbon, and the rustic metallic adhesive. In this class, you're going to use Gray Granite ink, Early Espresso, and Cajun Craze. I did grab a blending, an old, I think the one is Old Olive. Old Olive. I don't think I listed that originally, but I did end up using it, in which I use a blending brush for. So these are pretty simple cards. I don't think you'll have any problem if you're a beginner doing these, because there's no real difficult techniques. We are going to start with the little fox, and it is on some Old Olive cardstock. And let's see, let's start with our stamping. You should have a little, the stamp set, of course, you needed to have, if you didn't get with the bundle, add-on, is Happier Than Thou, and then I provided you the die cuts. So, and on this guy, you can, I chose to stamp him on a die cut and then pop him up, but you could always stamp him straight on the circle if you want to. And let's see, the DSP as a, let's not get to that yet. So, I did all my foxes in Cajun Craze. So you can use a different color. I just like that for the fox. My little tip, of course, is to turn him upside down and then lay him down. And then usually you get a pretty good image. One thing I thought of after I was putting this together and getting the stamps out this time is you do have this image right here. It's like a little, I guess it can be a dirt mound. So for the card today, I'm just going to show you, I didn't do it in the picture, but I thought of it later. I'm going to go ahead and just put the little mound down here, kind of, because we're going to put our sentiment underneath it. So we'll just kind of put it right there, and then that way our thanks sentiment can go underneath it. And I did do the thanks in Old Olive, just to bring out some more of that Old Olive. So fits perfect right underneath. Trying to make sure I'm still in frame here. I think so. So then we're going to add a couple dimensionals to our fox and just plop him on top of that little dirt pile. And then you would have noticed in your kit some little acorns, and these are on adhesive because they're very delicate. And you can pop out if it didn't come out, like mine just didn't. So I'm going to put one there. I'm going to wait and put the other ones on after I put it on my card, I think, though, because I want to put it in a little couple spots. So I'm going to put some glue on the vellum circle and go ahead and put this so you have it on top of the vellum circle. That way we know where to glue here, okay? So you have your white card piece, and you're going to take your DSP. It's one sheet. All right. So you're going to cut it at, if you're going to have 2 1 1/4 and 1 inch. Okay, and the little 1 inch we're going to put in the middle. So sometimes it's better to use liquid glues just so you can do spacing on these things. It gives you a little bit more wiggle time. So if you put down the 2 wide ones first, trying to even up, then you can put in the skinny middle piece. And then once I'm happy with all their placements, I can give them a good smush, right? And then I'm going to take my ribbon 2-pack, and I'm going to take the Sierra Sand one. A couple pieces of tape. And I like to just do mine and secure it. Well, I got wet glue out. We're just going to use that. My old olive. Eight and a half by 5.5, folded in half. Of course, the white was 4 by 5 1/4. Now I can take my give that a very good smush since it's wet glue, because it's going to have to set a minute, right? And now I can take my other 2 little acorns here and, well, I'll drop them. I'm going to put one right there. And we're going to put, let's put the other one, I don't want it off. I'm going to put it on the actual vellum. Alright, then we can take our ribbon. I leave mine on the spool so then I don't waste any. Unless I'm in a class or something. Alright, just take enough that I think I can make a bow with. Wrap it around. And tie a bow. Sometimes I will take a glue dot if I need to straighten my bows out a little more, but Then we're going to take our dots and just spread them however you like. All right, card number 1. All right, card number 2 is a gift card and card all in one. So we're going to take the thick Whisper White, or basic white, excuse me, and this is going to be our card base. So it's 8.5 by 5.5, and we just fold that one in half. And then you have this 4 by 5.25 that has been ran through what embossing folder is it? It is gingham. So put that down, and then you can take this is from the mini envelope, and we're going to take and fold it. And then you can do 2 things. You can use tear and tape, or you can use the wet glue. So what I'm gonna use wet glue today just because I have it out. Probably make sure you don't go over the edge. And you're going to adhere it. And then I'm going to take this for a moment. And I'm going to put a block on it just so it'll set, all right? And then what we're going to use on this one is some DSP. So you're going to use a piece of DSP that is this with the trees, and I found it easiest to cut my 3 inches off the top. If you want, you could cut 2 1/8 down the side, so then you're only cutting the top off one strip. That'll work for you too. Then what we're going to do is take our old olive and a blending brush. Just grab a little bit of ink, start off the edge so that you're not very, or I guess however dark you want it, but I wanted some white in the middle, so just like that. And then if you want a little bit darker edge, you can just do the edges. And then that is going to get glued down right here on the front of our pocket. Then we can put some glue on. Oh, before we do that, we're going to take that same ribbon and we're going to wrap it around our envelope. And this one I found just easier to go ahead and tie the bow on here, because it's not very big. You're not really wasting that much. I don't want this bow very large, so I'm making it a little bit smaller because my animals are going to be around it. Now I can put some glue on the back, and while we're stamping, this guy is going to glue onto the cover, which I can't really put it over the bow, so got a little crazy with my glue there. There we go. So we're gonna stamp our bear and another fox. So let's see, make sure I'm inking the right one. We got our fox image here in the Cajun. There we go. I'm going to trade out blocks since I need to use the bear now. There's our bear. Flip over our die cut. And there we go. And then this one's going to be a Hello Baby card, so we're going to stamp on this little tag, I guess it is. I'm going to do it in the Cajun Craze just to pull out some more of that. And then this one, I'm going to use that smaller twine. And if you cut your twine and the ribbon, if you cut it at an angle so you have a tip, then you can get it through the hole. And this one, I'm just tying a knot. So and I'm going to use some little dimensionals on this one. Bring our card back up here. And let's see, I think I want that over just a wee bit more. And then I'm going to put this guy so he's hanging over. So let's put a dimensional up here and a dimensional down here. And then we can put some glue on this side. And then that way he should stick pretty well, right? And then this guy, I think we can just put some glue on his top part here, right? I think that'll work. I'm going to glue it over this tail. I guess I'm going to put some on his head. Kind of holds my bow into place too. I'm going to trim this just a little bit since that bow's lying that way. I want the angle to come out like that. Then we can take our dots and start scattering them. There are big and little ones in this, so you can use whatever size that you feel go well together. I really liked the dots on here. I just thought that it made it. And I think I have, oh, here we go. I got a Christmas card. It's not a baby card, but it is a Christmas card, but it will fit in there just like that. So this is pretty simple. We're just going to fold our 4 1/4 by 11 in half. This is going to be a top folding card. Then you have a early espresso and a vanilla that has been out of the hive. And let's see here what size. because I didn't write these down this time. Maybe I did. Maybe it's on the back. Nope. So the early espresso is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, making the vanilla 5 by 2 1/2. Alright, so on this one, after I put these two together, then I went ahead and just trimmed a couple pieces, just long enough to go around the back, so we're not going to go very much. Okay, oh, literally just had that green. So, and then I wanted these guys, so this is going to fit kind of with the point, so you need a little bit of, like this is going to fit down here. So keep this about like that. And let's see here. We're going to glue that down. The circle for the stitch is going to go above it. Alright, so this one we're going to stamp happier than for you. And then in the early espresso, and then gray granite. For the owl. Shimmer tree and a evening evergreen. So 2 shades of trees. That's what I want to say. If I could talk. They both are on so I think I put that one a little taller, this one a little lower, and then our dimensionals. These cards really are simple. I don't know why I seem to be they're not difficult, I promise. This is going to go, like I said, kind of pointed there. And then, of course, our owl has to go on dimensionals. He's so cute. This was the perfect set for my niece and nephew because they just had a baby and their whole theme was this. So our owl's going to go there. And then, of course, we're going to put our dots. And I, this time, went with just 3 up in the corner. But you do what you like. Card number 2. All right, and the last but not least is our little bear on Sierra Sand. Now this one, we're using, you should have a little bow like this we're going to use that. Got another tree. And then you have a stump, okay, a little early espresso, and then this is like, this is our, I think it's distressed gold. And if I can get the backing off. There we go. Oh, I just ripped it. All right, well, just tuck it under. All right, we're going to put welcome on our label here, and we're going to do another bear. So I'm going to stamp my bear. You could make him a gray bear, I guess. He could be a gray bear. I love early espresso though. So there's our bear. There we go. We're going to stamp welcome right there. Now we can put this card together. All right. Oh, no, we can't. We're going to stamp on this. This is where our mushrooms come in. So we have two different mushrooms. I have kind of a big mushroom and a little mushroom. So the big one, I think I'm going to do in early espresso. And just stamping them all over the place. Kind of off a little bit. Forgot to put my paper down, so I might make a mess. Okay, now try to be careful not to get too much ink on the sides because it'll show up. Alright, let me wipe this before I put my paper down. Okay, now we can do it. Now we're going to take our 8.5 by 5.5. And then this one is 4 by 5.25. It was very hard to use up that part of the paper though. I did use a lot of that on the baby book, which I haven't finished yet. Now, before we put this one down, we're going to take 2 strips and layer them at the bottom, kind of give some ground for our bear to play on. But be very careful because I got it really close, so I had to be very careful when I taped, because these scallops are kind of close to the edge. Now you can glue this one down. And I'm going to glue, I think I glued this stump down directly. And of course, popped our bear up. Our bear has to, he's big mojo. He's got to stand nice and tall, right? Love our bear. I just love him. He just makes you want to hug him. I feel like I need one more just down there by his feet. So he's walking right next to the stump. And he's waving, welcome to everybody. So I'm going to kind of line this up. Kind of wanted the top of that scallop to show, so I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. And this is where I need a glue dot. Didn't use that many today, did we? Now here I'm going to go ahead and make my bow just a wee bit smaller, okay? Then I can trim it just a little bit. Let me move my ink pad so we don't get anybody. Oh, we forgot my tree. So I'm gonna slide the tree right here, actually by my stump. I'm gonna kind of poke him. I want him to poke up above the stump, kind of like he's coming out of it, right? You know how you get those sprigs out of your trees and they stick up? That's what I want it to look like. Now our stones. I guess I'm one of these people that always likes 3 in one corner and a couple on the opposite. I don't know why. I do. I guess I do. Okay, guys, that is our 8 cards for today. I hope you enjoyed this Happier Than Happy. It made me happy, and I hope it made you happy. Thank you so much, and I hope you look forward to the next video. Bye.